It's the second day of the ambassadorial screening by the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs. The nominees took turn to appear before the committee, but when it was time for the acting High Commissioner to South Africa, Martin Cobham, to answer questions, he used the occasion to inform the committee that no Nigerian was killed in the recent xenophobic attacks in that country. He further revealed that the decision of former President Olusegun Obasanjo to cede Bakassi to Cameroon prevented an outright war. He insisted that the decision was the best in that circumstance.
Let me put on record, no Nigerian was killed during the attack. What happened was not a state-sponsored violence as we know it in Rwanda. What happened was a mob action that was unleashed upon the unguarded statement by a local monarch. I cannot allude that it was a mistake to concede Bakassi to Cameroon. At that point in time, to avoid a clash, a war, I want to submit that President Obasanjo did the needful. That was what he could have done to avoid a kind of a crisis in that part of Nigeria. And let me stress that we all know in this room that the French were very much behind the Cameroonians. And I wondered what would have happened if we had taken Cameroon headlong with the world power as France behind Cameroon.
Of all the three components of the MPT, a lot of challenge is with the area of disarmament. But we must be very realistic. We must be very realistic. A number of nuclear weapon states have put in so much investment in the area of nuclear weapons.
Other nominees at the screening want the federal government to increase funding of foreign missions. They are of the view that if this is done, the missions will function better.
I'm taking it very seriously that Africa must sit on the table, and at every occasion we are making that point clearly. Distinguished Senator, that's why we went back to the Security Council just barely 2 years after we left, because we want to be there during the discussions on the reform of the Security Council. Presently, because of the work we have been doing on the ground, the General Assembly is also going to be seized in this 71st session for the first time.
We don't have those funds, sir. And it's so painful. It's really painful. We don't have the funds. We have to tax ourselves. And when Nigerians come like this, some of them are lured in. I mean, apart from the students, some people come in, they deceive them, they tell them, like for the girls, they tell them they have these saloons, they want them to come and work there. And when they come in, they find out that it's a different ballgame.
And just like the first day where nominees couldn't recite the national anthem and pledge, a similar thing happened. This made the presidential aide on National Assembly to plead with senators.
Nigerian market should be used in such a way Nigeria is to be marketed valuably. The pledge, I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be peaceful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to retain her unity and uphold her glory, so help me God.
Having concluded the screening of over 15 nominees, the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs adjourned till Thursday. Pius Samuel, PTV News, Abuja.